Hi, it's Karen here. Welcome to another video from me. And because Valentine's Day is fast approaching, I thought, why don't I give you some ideas over the coming weeks for Valentine's Day cards. So, day one, this one, I'm using this beautiful stargazing stamp as the focal point, some sentiment, and then I've used the feather leaf stencil. Look at that, isn't that so pretty? The feather leaf stencil to give me some texture over there, and then red and gold paint splatters finish it off. So easy card. To start with, I created my own heart-shaped stencil. I don't know about you, but I've got tons and tons of dies, so this is one that I've had forever, ever. So I just cut my own stencil from it. But you can cut your own heart, copy something from the internet, whatever you like. We'll get started. I'm using my magnetic stencil board here. The card that I'm using today is the Lavinia Stencil It white card. It's 250 GSM and it's really lovely and smooth. It does well for stenciling like this. So my little magnets will hold down my stencil. I'm going to be using a blending brush here. Let me make sure you're in frame. Yes, and as I said, Festive Berries Distress Oxides. I'm just going to ink up my brush, and as you saw here, we've got a darker red on this side and then it fades out a bit more light on this side. So when I start, I'm going to start on this side. Now, most often you see me using blending sponges, but because I want a really subtle little look this time, I'm going to be using one of these makeup brushes. And I'm just bringing it from the edge of the card onto my white card. I'm starting on the left here because then I get a feel for how hard I can press and how much ink that gives me on my page. And then on the left hand side, I'm just going to do it much more softly. Now, because I've got these scallops in my heart here, I'm pulling it straight. If I swiped it, I would land up with all sorts of extra lines that I didn't necessarily want on my card. So I'm going a bit harder on this side because that's where I'm going to bring my stencil down. Then I'm going to pick up my stencil, feather leaf, place it straight over what I've already done, trying to line it up so that it's pretty square. And then I'm going to go quite hard through the stencil. Same colour. I'm using Festive Berries. And I'm just going to go down this left-hand side of this heart. This is the great thing about this magnetic sheet. I just move my little magnets, pick it up, have a peek. Now actually I want to bring this a little bit more to the center so it doesn't look like it's in a line. There you go. That's a lot prettier. What a beautiful stencil it is, isn't it? It's just stunning. Voila! Isn't that so pretty? There we go. So I'm going to put my stencil board. So this stencil board is from Wendy Vecchi. It just comes with this magnetic ruler and 4 of these quite big magnets. It's really quite handy. Now we're going to do our stamping. We've got this gorgeous stamp, as I said, stargazing. and I'm inking it up with Nocturne, making sure it's really well inked because obviously it's a very solid stamp. And I'm going to set it so that the little stones that they're sitting on just come out the sides of that heart. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? And then I'm going to ink up my sentiment stamp. So when I'm masking off, I will ink up the entire stamp, and then I will use masking tape or low tack tape, and I will just mask off the pieces that I didn't want. Trying to be relatively quick because obviously I've inked up my stamp and I'm not going to re-ink it before I stamp it. So I hope you're getting that there. I'm just going to mask off this word called don't. And there we have it. Now, because I have fiddled about with it there, I'm just going to breathe on it, which gives it a tiny bit more moisture. And reactivates the ink. There we go. Believe in magic. Lovely. And then, so really, really simple card, hey? I'm going to use my gold paint. Look at it. It's such a beautifully glittery gold paint here. With my fan brush, take a tiny bit, put it onto my mat. A tiny spritz of water so that it's a bit more fluid. And I'm just going to splatter a tiny bit of gold there and a tiny bit of gold there. I'm just going to leave that in case I want a bit more. And here's my red Posca pen. This is a 3M. They come in different sizes. There's a 5, and anyway, this one's a 3M, so it's a bit thinner. And I'm just hitting it with the end of my ruler. And I think I must have known. I think I'd like a little bit more gold paint on this edge. There we go. And there we have. And then I just mounted it onto a piece of red card. So there we have your card for today. Happy Valentine's Day when it comes. And I look forward to seeing what you make, and I'll be back again soon. Bye.